seeing muted mics. So the Naparima College group.
Hi, good morning. Good
Nice.
morning.
There we
We
go.
have music of the rhythm show.
Welcome
Great.
inside and tell me who am I speaking to here?
I am Mrs. Archer Chan, the drama, theatre arts, and performing arts teacher of Naparima College.
I didn't get your first name.
Janelle Archer Chan.
Janelle Archer Chan. Good morning and welcome to you.
Thank you. And I'm here
Good
with my
morning.
three candidates for the exam that is taking place tomorrow. Dylan Black, Bradley Gunnis, and Mr. Kavish Silvan.
All right. So, Miss, are you going to start the ball rolling? Tell me about Ping-Pong.
The play, actually, let the boys talk about it. I
Okay.
think they have a firm grasp after so much work that they've done in it. Tell us about Ping-Pong, somebody.
Who is going to start? Mr. Black.
Well, the Ping-Pong is a play set in the 1950s, dealing with the steel band culture in Port of Spain. Now, in this play, there are themes of brotherhood and loyalty, which you see between the characters and such, and is really a wonderful piece, written by Cyril Hill. It was a beautiful experience to be a part of.
I think we've lost Dylan.
For real?
I think we have lost Dylan. Bradley, somebody could take over.
I am hearing Dylan loud and clear.
Or is it that I'm lost?
Miss, I believe you may be the lost one.
Go ahead, Dylan.
But yeah, well, that is a Ping-Pong, a beautiful play about brotherhood and loyalty.
All right. And one of the other guys can chime in and tell me about, as Dylan is saying, a nice experience. What made the experience that nice for you?
I think it's more, when we think of the idea of a production, right? We always think of this grand being on the stage and putting yourself out there, using all this body and stuff. So doing it as a radio play changed the dynamic completely. And it was such a unique and niche experience, where it was an experience that we could add to our portfolio as creatives, in the sense of it allowed us to go down a new avenue of pursuing work with our voice specifically. And as much as we thought, it's just our voice, it's gonna be easy, it wasn't. It was a lot tougher actually, because now we have students here who are playing multiple characters within the play.
All right.
And having to switch from being one character to the other, where the audience have no visual concept of who you are, and all they could hear is your voice. It was definitely a challenge.
I want to get
But
from...
it was...
Go ahead.
But it was an experience that I don't think we could change, and it was such a great experience.
I want to get from the performers, though, who are on here. Tell me what stood out for you doing your research and getting into a play all about our national instrument. Tell me what stood out for you guys.
Well, searching like the history of the steel pan, I think was very interesting for me personally, because in my personal experience, I was researching the history of the instrument, and I learned about this thing called tambu bamboo.
All right.
And how it was banned, and how we made, as a nation, a slow, gradual change to the steel band that we know today. And the entire culture about the steel band was very, very like a foreign concept to me. Like the brotherhood that they would share as a steel band is such a strong bond. And it was such an interesting experience to just learn about the steel band from people that knew about it, like our director, Mr. Wendelman Warren, and our drama teacher, Ms. Arthur Chan.
Anyone else want to share what was their thought on the research and getting into it?
The steel culture in Port of Spain back in the 50s. Yes, I know Dylan spoke about brotherhood and stuff, but specifically, the steel band culture arose out of these men forming somewhat of gangs back then and throughout the play, they would speak about something called a raid. And raiding is basically where gangs would fight each other. People would get their head parts, bust their head and thing. And
Hear how you sound,
that-
hear the excitement with you saying that though.
yeah, and so in this entire atmosphere of all these relationships develop within that time specific piece was, again, this was another challenge because while we do want to be true to ourselves as performers, we also had to be historically accurate as we are portraying a time specific piece.
True.
And all these things came into play when we worked on our characterization and bringing across the message of the Ping-Pong.
All right. Miss, I want to bring you in here. Tell me though, how you went about choosing the characters for this play.
Well, I let the boys read the play, and I didn't choose the characters because now that they're in Form 6 level, because
Okay.
that's the exams of production, like the performing arts exam, because they're in Form 6 level, they have a certain level of competence in
Okay,
terms
great.
of understanding what is necessary. So I let them cast themselves, and exactly what they came up with is what Mr. Manwaring left
All right.
when this actually got to Mr. Manwaring. Because I mean, they're ready. They are, they're almost professional at this stage now. So, yeah.
Tell me
So it worked
what
out well.
what's the excitement for you being a drama teacher and the numerous rehearsals and now the production is ready? What's the excitement for you without selling it out before folks get a chance to
Well,
get the full?
the excitement for me, first and foremost, is doing an entire different, because of COVID, CXC has decided that they will not be putting on a staged production in a theater, but on a radio. So the excitement for me was, and angst, I should say, it wasn't always excitement. That's some real sleepless nights there. But the excitement for me was actually seeing them learn about this new format, going in
Wow.
studio, you
Okay.
know, learning how to record, learning how to create, and they created all the sound effects for themselves. They
nice.
built their sound effects for themselves, and learning how to record and doing a next take and learning to stay on task even if you're frustrated or you're tired. So that was my excitement, because I don't think if it didn't have COVID, we would not have been doing a radio play. We would have most likely been doing something in the bowl or in Napa, in Sapa. And this forced them to have to pick up something that they would not have thought about before. And now I can say with confidence that they could, and they even expose them to things like voice acting, because they in love with Wendell Manwaring's voice. You all know the beautiful Wendell have a sexy voice there. So they were able to like build an ad for Wendell, because the ad that runs, that's they wrote that ad with
Okay.
Wendell in mind, like, brother, drama, comedy. And so they build the ad. So even the way in which they create work has changed, and that's always exciting. Anytime students grow, that's exciting for me. So,
And
yeah.
the ad though, I like, and don't forget the time, man. It's 6 p.m. Don't forget. I like, wow, yeah. There's some
Yeah.
real
They
action.
actually they build that art based on the characters that exist in the play.
Nice.
So they use the voices of the different characters to tell the story of what it is, because that's like a line, but instead of it being 6 is 9 p.m. So they use so yeah.
Guys, I want you to tell me though. Okay, you're ready, and this is going to be happening tomorrow, 6 p.m. And it's a radio play. But tell me though, what will be your lasting impression? I know it's all about exam, but I know after research and you put everything together, what's a lasting, what's a lingering thought in your mind that you're going to carry forward doing this?
Is that question for me or for the boys?
Well, everybody, because I know you said it was a new experience for you as well, and look and seeing how they put everything together. I want to know what is the lasting impression that they will get carrying forward doing this production.
Okay. Well, so actually, I don't want to influence the answer. Somebody has to answer, because if
Yes,
I
I will
say,
wait for you
then they'll be
last,
like,
miss. I wait for you last. Yeah. Let me
they want
get
to
them.
copy. So somebody has to answer. Okay.
Go on, guys.
I think when I think of my experience at Naparima College, I always thought of time I spent with my friends and outside of the classroom. And over the past 2 years, I noticed that the Form 1s to 3s didn't have the same sort of connection that I had with my peers in the higher level forms. So us doing this, I really wanted to, we really wanted to bring back the brotherhood, bring back that bond that we had as a school body, as a community, and as brothers. And as for the experience after this, it's definitely one that I can't take away because nobody could take that away from me because, like I said earlier, it's such a niche experience, but it's such a new and exciting one because I've never done this before. I've never been put in a situation where I had to do voice acting alone. So this experience has definitely made me grow as an actor and as a performer in more aspects than one.
Great. Give me a line, one of your most exciting lines in the play. Just give me a line, any line. In your
An
character, though.
exciting line without spoiling the play. Okay, let's see. Captain my eye. Everything is Captain this and Captain that. Cause you is leader at this band. You think you could do whatever you like and get away with it. Captain my eye.
Thank you very much, my friend. Next.
Nice. Okay, like Bradley, Dylan, one of you all, go ahead, speak. Tell me about your experience quickly, so that I
Yeah. I just want to piggyback off of what Dylan said. Sorry, what could be said because it is a niche experience, and I realized, like as an actor, I really rely on my physicality to portray a certain character, and now especially that I'm playing two different characters in the same piece. I had to really use focus to portray these two different characters only using my voice. And it was definitely a huge challenge for me. But after some time I really got it. And I found the sweet spot where my two characters would lie. And it was such a nice experience to just work with Wendell and my cast members to bring this piece to life because it is really an interesting piece because I really don't think about 1950s Trinidad a lot, especially with the steel band culture and stuff like that. So really and truly, it was just very cool to learn about.
Let me get you in your character then, or give me your line.
How the hell anybody can get in? You was on guard!
There's somebody missing. Somebody missing.
yeah,
missing.
Dylan, come on, Dylan.
Somebody missing.
Well, what is there to say that hasn't been said already? First of all, the brotherhood. Let's start with the brotherhood. That is something that we all notice with the Form 1s and lower forms and such. Especially during COVID, they haven't really met each other. Only recently they have met each other. And they really don't have the brotherhood that we have in the upper forms. And when you talk about brotherhood, it comes with loyalty, being there for each other, being a helping hand, whenever you need somebody, say if tomorrow morning Bradley gets up and he arm break, or Kavish, his dog died, or me, if oh God, if my girl leave me, who will be there for me? Certainly not the girl, I have brothers to back me up and to be there for me. So, that's the first thing that came to mind with this piece. And what stuck with me was every time we rehearsed and such, Wendell would always say, remember, Saturday morning cartoons, that entertainment factor, playing the character, but also making sure that you don't overplay and over dramatize, make it conversational, everything like that. That stuck with me. And I know for a fact, I will remember that till the day I die, because when you hear something in Wendell's voice, you'll never forget it.
Give me your line. Give me your line in the line in the production.
Don't worry, Captain. I go watch it like my own mother.
Miss, it's your turn. Wow.
Yeah. I think being able to expose students to a professional and let them be able to work under professionals. So I was really grateful that Wendell, Mr. Manwaring, was able to agree to direct the play. And, he didn't ask for any money in return. It was just that I had them work with him for their first exam. And then he was like, yeah, sure, okay. And it was great, so that now they had to go and drive up to Port of Spain like a real actors on Sundays and holidays and things, and get where you need to go to have your rehearsal and you know, so it was a good experience that they were able to be let out of the bubble that I think sometimes students live in and have real world experiences in terms of what the acting fraternity looks like, what requirements are necessary for rehearsals, all that kind of stuff. So I was real happy that at least they're on a level now that I could send them into the world and say, yes, go my son, do great things. You are ready.
I love it.
Yes, so that's what I'll leave with.
So let's remind folks what's happening tomorrow so let's sell this production.
So tomorrow at 6 p.m., we want everybody to turn on their radios to WACK Radio 90.1 FM and be entertained by the Ping-Pong, presented by the 2022 candidates of the Performing Arts Unit 2 class of Naparima College. Be there, be square, and if you miss out, I can't help you. Also, please note you could go and donate on the Fund Me TT page, because in lieu of ticket sales, which is how we sometimes make our money for the next year, we are taking donations. So give what you can, give what you must, and if you're not sure, just click and just send something for us, please, and give us a little bless up. Thank you.
And don't tell me on Wednesday that you miss it. Miss it, may I? Remember, we watching you like my own mother. So, folks, I want to say thank you a whole lot and all success going forward. I'm looking for much more, though. Despite this is for exam, I am looking for much more. And we want to hear the name of Naparima College mentioned. And I know this radio experience is going to just open up some doors, that this is something going to be continuing. So I want to wish you guys all blessings. I enjoy this moment. And I'm waiting for tomorrow. And I'm not going to miss it. Miss it, may I? You're mad, though. So, guys, much blessings to you all.
Thank you so much for having us.
All righty. So, folks, there you have it. Naparima College. It's all about the ping-pong. You don't want to miss it. Tuesday the 17th, 6 p.m. only right here on WACK 90.1 FM, directed by Wendell Man Warren. Miss it? You're mad, though.
Drama.
Captain my eye. Everything is captain this and captain that. Cause you as leader of this man, you think you could do whatever you like and get away with it. Man, kiss my...
Comedy.
Your pants safe, Captain. I go watch it like my own mother. I better lock it up, yes?
And most importantly, brother.
The Canary Boys going out in the Oval tonight. And we're gonna play pan like we gone mad. And we gonna bring back the first prize.
Tune in to the Ping Pong presented by Naparima College on WACK Radio 90.1 FM on the 17th May at
6 p.m., eh? Don't forget, 6 p.m.